Yes, welcome to another episode of DUD or SPUD. I am Maniacal Mac, and of course I'm here with regular guest and co-host.
I'm Hibbs.
And today, Hibbs, what are we going for, mate? Are we going to be lucky this time? Do you want to tell the viewers?
Well, basically, this is attempt number 2 at a zombie movie because previously we tried to do Ozone Attack of the Redneck Zombies.
Mutants, wasn't it?
Or Mutant Zombies, or whatever it was. Or Mutants, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a zombie movie.
It's a zombie movie.
Yeah, but that messed up. So today we're going to do this Dead Next Door.
There we go. And can you see what year that came out?
No, I can't see that from here, sorry. But...
1989, so, you know, just shy of like the 90s, you know what I mean? Literally a year off, so... it looks like quite a low-budget film, so I can only assume they probably filmed this in the course of, I don't know, about maybe 6 months or something. I might be wrong, but it's probably a quick turnover film because it looks like a low-budget one. But yeah, we thought we'd try a zombie film. Fingers crossed with a new setup. Things don't fuck up now, so we should be able to get this episode out there. Anything we should add? Because we watched the trailer.
we watched about 30 seconds of the trailer and it looked mad, like,
we didn't watch a full trailer because of like how silly he was looking, and the one scene with the zombie scarecrow looking thing, it was like it's like George Romero like ripped one of his films where the zombie looks like a fucking scarecrow. You burst out laughing. I turned off the trailer and said, should we just do this?
Yeah.
So should we go for it?
Yeah, let's go for this one.
Wicked. This will be The Dead Next Door, and we'll be back with you once you've seen the film. Yes. So, we have just finished watching the Dead Next Door. There was the first thing we should mention, which we did mention in intro. It was only, was it hour and 18 minutes with credits?
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
Always a beauty to have a shorter film, I always say, if we can with these.
If there's any gap in it, they're taking a piss.
This is only 1 hour and 18 minutes, and that's with scenes that was previously removed. How long was the original? Like an hour? With credits? Fucking hell.
Oh, sorry, so this is the one with the mission.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're starting with the Den Hibbs. The way it opens up, because it's like sort of in the past, isn't it? We have a scientist and a woman, don't we?
It starts off quite a lot of action going on, actually, because it's a scientist and his woman, which turns out to be his daughter. They're hiding in a barn for some reason, which you automatically think, oh, maybe the zombies coming together, but it's not. It's some
that's right, the door's going, like, because they're locking up a door and it's going bang, bang, you assume it's zombies, and it turns out to be...
some local guys trying to kill him because of, maybe, I don't know if they've created the zombies or...
Well, that's what you find out later in the film, innit?
Yeah, so... they got like but the zombies eat them, and then it cuts like then.
Well, they don't even show that, do they? Because like they come in.
But it eats a redneck,
they do. Yeah. We gotta mention that was quite funny, wasn't it? So the rednecks break in, and then the doctor and the daughter go into a smaller room to lock himself in. They're like, "We're gonna get you." And while they're standing there, zombie comes behind the guy and just munches at his neck. And it's just like, what are you doing? And then the two of them are standing with the door with their guns there, watching their friend get eaten for about, I don't know, 20 seconds, just doing this. And then the zombies come to them, and they just go, oh, at no point do they try to do it. They just stand there for like 20 seconds until they fall off screen and blood hits a wall. That's right, you run into a smaller room. Good idea.
Was it just the neighbours like that?
Yeah, just the neighbours pissed off that they're partying again, innit? Fuck's sake, shut up, turn the music off.
What?
What, just accept death? Why don't you try fighting back?
What, run through the doors, me?
Oh, they're not zombies, you're right.
Oh,
it is the neighbours pissed off at them, bro. We'll go. No, so obviously zombies are there.
Dear Lord, forgive me for what I have done.
So he's created zombies somehow, being a scientist, and they want to kill him to get revenge because of the zombie apocalypse. That's my guess.
They didn't even try fighting that zombie. No, they had the gun in their hand,
and he just dropped to the floor. So we introduced it, and then it goes like a few years later, and that's when we're introduced then to our zombie squad, isn't it? Our incompetent fucking heroes of the movie, aren't we? So it introduces us to them, and then they're in a house, isn't it? They're scoping out a house. Is kind of how we're introduced to them, if I remember right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it goes a few years later, and they're going to check our house. So it must be like deep into the apocalypse.
Yeah.
They go into this house, and I don't know what are they looking for in this house.
When they're going into the house, can we mention the scene where because it just seen what's going on, like I guess any survivors or whatever. But so they've gone and checked it out, whatever. There's a fucking that's it. They find a zombie eating the kid. Remember the back of the kid? He's eating like the kid's back, he sees a zombie there, and the one guy, Richards, isn't it, or Richards, I think his name was, and he's like, oh shit, so he fucking ends up shooting this zombie in the fucking head, and he's still like going, then he fucking ends up chopping the zombie's head off, right, and it goes off. The zombie's got no head, and then the way they shot it, they got a dummy with no head, and someone behind it, just like me sitting behind the dummy, and that is splurting out, and his hands are just going like that. He's got no head, the blood's non-stop splurting.
Oh yeah, that bit.
He stays alive, and then this fucking idiot, which shows how fucking idiots are.
Sticks his hands in there.
His gun's on the bed after he's fucking decided to machete the thing off. Just puts his gun down there, and naturally a zombie comes out behind him and attacks him. So he's on the floor having a wrestle with him. The other people come in, and he don't get bitten or nothing at this stage. So he's fucking...
He starts freaking out, because he goes, why would they never die? He's just standing in no head and his arms are still going like that.
That's right, yeah, he's freaking out, which is hilarious, his acting. And then he's reaching down, all looking like that, to go and pick up his gun. God, and literally, there's a zombie head, and he uses his hand, no word of light, he literally does this. He goes, oh, zombie head.
He sticks his hand in his arm.
Like, you'd be looking where you're going to pick up your gun. He's doing this, and then not only does he touch the zombie first and no, he goes, oh, put my fingers in your fucking mouth, and then, as you expect, he gets his fingers cut off, and he's like, rah. And then, instead of them doing the right thing to go, well, you're fucked now, mate, shoot you in the head, that's it, merciless, he goes, no, I want you to go, so I would prefer to be zombie food than become a zombie. Didn't even say shoot me in the head. So he just stays here to get eaten up by zombies willingly by his wish, and they fuck off and leave him. Zombie squad.
It's not even police anymore. Like,
nah, they become zombie squads, bro. Wearing police uniforms, but they're zombie squads. I love how he's just casually just sitting in the car not giving a fuck, and there's like 5 zombies right around him.
Let us spread out.
Look at that moustache.
Be careful.
Is this 89 or 72? What the fuck's going on? Why are you shooting him and you could just put his head in with a gun? Just bang, 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 save your ammo. Oh shit, they killed off a kid, bro. Ripped open back, a bit of gore.
Richard.
Yeah, why are you doing that, you idiot? You should have just battered the zombie's head in.
Attracted attention, though.
Damn it!
Damn it! Even though we shot it in the head.
Just carrying a machete.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Did you see how he just took it off like that, but was already decapitated? That was amazing. That's right, you just drop your machete on the floor. Are you serious?
There's a grenade.
Are you serious?
Not anymore, anyway.
But look at it!
Want
It's
to
trying
chop
to
his
eat
head
us, but it
off,
doesn't
then?
have a mouth! Why?
Listen to this acting.
Why?
Terrible, isn't
I'm
it?
so impressed by how bad it is. I can't believe one zombie caused them to use a fucking grenade, like. What a shit squad. That's right, get bitten in the hand.
Richard, what's taking so long?
Why is he trying to eat his
Bitten
hand
in the hand.
Wow.
He put his hand in his mouth! He put his hand in a zombie's mouth! You deserve to die.
What a damn... He's so
That's
damn...
right, you hold up that fake
Oh,
hand.
that handkerchief will help, yeah.
Like, cut his arm off at least.
Bastard!
Look at his finger in the neck, going down. That was wicked.
Richard's
Half an apology.
He just
anyway.
didn't give a fuck about him, did he?
Yeah.
Richard, he was going to say, Richard, I don't give a fuck, but no. Richard. Look at him in the back, still doing that, over our head was off as well. Like, why didn't they just shoot him in the head then?
I know, put him on the plate.
Yeah. Like, the worst thing you can ever do is be, like, gored apart by zombies. That's disgraceful. Like.
Yeah, so it turns out after that then, so I suppose there's 3 kind of groups of things with it. You've got the cult, the zombies, and the cops, and like the lab, the scientist, right? So it cuts to like the lab, the scientist, and he's sort of in a lab and he's like doing experiments on people.
Do you remember with his hat?
Yeah,
It
he
was
had the
written-
hat saying, if I make a mistake, if I said I was wrong about something,
I was mistaken.
I was mistaken.
If I was ever wrong about something,
Yeah, that's
I was
right, yeah.
mistaken, or something like that. Have you seen what his hat says? I once thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken.
Take time. Next time I'll
Just
have
in
time.
pen, like.
Here on time.
It comes to him, and he's doing experiments on zombies, and he's worked out a way of making them talk. So that's the one bit, yeah.
Like, it's very, if you've seen the film Day of the Dead, when you got that one fucking, they clearly like taking inspiration from that, where you get the one doctor and he's like experimenting on these zombies, and he's, you know, trying to see if they communicate. The one of them's got like a little fucking chipset in there, and he's able to like, with the voice, isn't it? Like kind of, like fucking, what was it, Ned from South Park? He sounds to be like, so then the other fucking, can you remember the other idiots? What the other idiot soldier does? The same thing on the beginning, but to this zombie. Can you remember what happens?
Oh yeah, he's just again, he's just not looking what he's doing, and he just like, oh my god.
Like that. He puts his arm right next to the zombie, and the zombie goes, on his wrist. Like, he just kind of does that, like, and it's like,
and that was Mercer.
There's a table over a zombie, and you're fucking leaning your hand without looking. So
this is new.
I was gonna say this film's well ahead of its time. 80 fucking nine. These soldiers are fucking embarrassing, innit? Cut his hand off.
And that's Mercer. And then they're on about they found oh right, that's right. So then they go back to the original house.
Because this is what the guy explains, then he says we need to get the original host to make an anti-venom
for Dr. Bo.
The guy right at the beginning,
And then they find it out of nowhere. He finds the serum, like the recipe for the serum or something.
That's a bit later on, isn't it? Because they send him off to Dr. Bo.
Because
they specifically say we need Dr. Bo. We need his blood or something for an anti-venom. Like that's the only way of doing it. So they send him off to fucking do all this shit, and then obviously bullshit's happening. There's a lot of like fight scenes here. Some we haven't mentioned earlier as well. This is another reason these fucking dead next door people are fucking the zombie squad are idiots. So there's a fucking scene, that's it, where they fucking, they're fighting a zombie wrestling on the floor. So instead of like just getting behind, shooting a zombie in the head, cutting him off, there's a few of them, they get a fucking whole grenade, put it in a zombie's mouth, take the pin out, and then go lift him out the window. No, they don't put him out the window and take the pin out to be safe, so they do that, and chuck him out, a whole grenade for one zombie. The other scene, the guy sees a zombie in the field on his own, chucks a grenade, single zombie, blows like the zombie goes fine, and instantly like 1,000 zombies are like running, and we're like, well, you're making all this fucking noise, what do you expect? Why is he struggling?
Sticking it
Richard, out the window.
Out the window? Is he using a grenade for a single zombie again?
What a waste.
What is wrong with these people? Like,
Oh, shit.
what a fucking...
You're waiting for the serum, but he doesn't want to wait. So the doctor,
That's right.
he gives him the serum, and that's the bit where he's like, oh, don't worry. I could give Mercer the serum, he'll be fine. And he's so suspicious when he says it, like...
It could take them hours to get a zombie. I'm going to give Mercer the serum now.
Dr. Molson, but... Doctor, what if we made a mistake with the serum? What would happen to Mercer?
Nothing will happen to Mercer, Dr. Franklin. I will stake my hat.
It was such bad acting, it almost sounded suspicious. Like, actually, there is something gonna happen, I'm not gonna tell you.
Do you reckon he might turn into like a mutant, like a super zombie build? Do you reckon that serum might turn him into a super zombie?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't bad acting, maybe he was meant to be suspicious.
I think you might be.
Nothing's gonna happen to Mercer, don't worry about that. It was literally like that, bro. Like...
He was like so premeditated, that whole sentence. He's had that in his head for ages.
This one appears to be Jones's.
He said it so evil, like.
Yeah. But just before that, how does he come up with the serum idea? So while he's told them people, you got to fuck off, this is the only way.
I don't know where he finds it, and
he goes into a random little fucking, like, a shelf, and he picks out a piece of paper and goes, oh yeah, I forgot about this, we could do this instead. You just sent people off to go and find the only way, and he's just picked up a piece of paper, and the other one's like, oh yeah, we could, couldn't we? What?
Franklin.
It's just bad acting.
Incredibly bad, like.
What? What is it?
This is it. Bo's viral compound. I found it.
Just like that.
Those viral compound.
My God.
I found it.
Why didn't we think of these additives before?
I don't know, but I've got to tell him.
And so then, obviously, that's botched. because then he give it to fucking Mercer, doesn't he, while he's still alive. And then at this stage, the people are off fucking trying to do this serum for him. They end up fucking coming back, and we got the serum now. And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I've already fucking injected Mercer. And they're like, you what? With that serum? He's like casual about it. And he's like, yeah, you don't give a fuck about it. Like, so then yeah, they kind of going on. This is when it introduces a cult, innit? Because they go in to find the girl as well at one point. And then the other thing we haven't mentioned is the redneck in the beginning, who's Anna's boyfriend. They end up like shooting them because they're kind of, you know, after them thinking they're bad, but they're really run by a cult and they've been brainwashed. So at a point in the film, when they go to this church thing where there's survivors,
that crazy priest with the sunglasses.
Yeah, you get the crazy guy. Like we thought he's blind at first, and then he's not. He's just wearing blind people's sunglasses.
He's feeding the one in the cage.
Yeah, he's feeding like the son, I guess.
Good boy, Jason. You're not like the others, are you?
Of course he's not like the other's father. He's my brother.
True, Anna. He is.
Oh, that's the daughter, isn't it?
Yeah.
I only meant that Anna mustn't
I
fight.
think he's fucking blind wearing them glasses at first.
Is that understood?
Whatever, so they're feeding him in a cage. They introduce them with a fucking ritual. They're like the guys look in the window and it all fucking cooked up killing a woman. Is that shit as well? So there's a lot of that going on there. And they're trying to feed zombies and humanize zombies. And then when they come back to the main guy then, that's when they've said about, oh, we got the antidote, don't worry about it, I've already injected Mercer, fuck. And for some reason then, they got to go back to the church guy, haven't it? They're saying like, oh, we got to go and, I don't know if it's like they got to save Anna in particular, but they go back to the church, which is a school.
And I saw.
That's a school, surely.
That's a good school, isn't it? Lockers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a school, 100%.
Welcome to Sunday school.
Oh, Sunday school, yeah.
The Sunday school is a church. That's a school.
Oh, yeah. Which that guy's like the leader of this cult thing. So because the cops are like fighting them, it's because these cops are also obviously like going round trying to kill the zombies, with the cults are trying to like save them.
Yeah.
And they got these protesters as well.
Yeah,
which
there's
is
that
trying to
scene
save them.
in it,
And then
yeah.
the zombies are fighting them, the cops are... But you got these cops going around fighting them all anyway. And then one of them called Raimi. One of them, which is one of the many Evil Dead references.
Yep, they literally have... At one point, they're all in a room and they're watching Evil Dead 1. One of the characters called Raimi. The other one's called Savini. That's like Evil Dead, isn't it? Watching the Evil Dead? Okay.
Be careful, Raimi.
Raimi is in Sam Raimi. The guy who made Evil Dead, the director. Oh, wow.
For God's sakes, get Savini.
Savini! Tom Savini, the special makeup effect. Like, and at one point in the video store, right in the beginning, we've got to mention, like, when your zombie apocalypse happens, which they've done really well. The intro scene when all the titles coming up is like the apocalypse started, and it's just scene of like people getting fucked up and that. But a bunch of zombies put a stack of videos down. You've clearly picked out, and it's got like Day of the Dead on there. And when he looks up, there's zombies in. They're like, oh. Saying that 4 people watched this film.
Yeah.
No one.
What the...
Well, I thought he was just dreaming, but that was it. Zombies actually went to higher films. Just got the community of people who live like in the same cul-de-sac as them. Guys, for the weekend, you want to be zombies? Go on then, we'll do you a favour, Trev. Go on.
Oh, like zombie gangsters!
Check this
at the
out.
back of a van.
Check this out, bro. Why are they just in a car not running? Yeah, she's got the right idea. Leave him die, desert it.
To return to normalcy.
I haven't actually seen many people that are not zombies.
No, that's what I mean. It's gone straight in, bro. It's not fucking about. You know, obviously, like 0% gore, but
Why was she calmly just walking along as if nothing was happening?
that's a really good point. I'm guessing all this is when it's kicking off now. This is just like when it started off and people were only finding out, I'm guessing. So it was like loads of weird shit like that happened.
So
wasn't it?
yeah, and then what happens then? So Mercer, then the cop that gets injected with the sim, he turns into a zombie, but he's like half human one, so he knows what he's doing. Yeah,
super zombie, wasn't it?
yeah, he's like a super zombie, But for some reason, he's mad at the doctor, even though I was like, well, hang on a minute, he kind of saved you,
Yeah.
really, like, so why are you mad? Oh,
He's like, oh, you brought me back to zombie beast.
Yeah.
Well, you would have died.
So
though.
he's going after them and leading the zombies, and they're going on after him to kill, like, the doctor guy.
What happens here, just before that, is that's when the best part of the film happens, is when they do the raid, innit? Because they go, oh, we gotta go, we know they're cultists now, so they're all weaponing up, and then they go, we gotta save Mercer. That's the whole point. They're like, no, we gotta go save Mercer.
That crazy guy with the mullet from the cult, leading that coming out, that's the bit when he comes out and he's like, come on, let's get him!
Boys, come in. This is Commander.
Look at this guy.
Go ahead, Commander.
Lost Boys.
I know, bro. Fucking hell, look at that fucking hair.
He's got other people with him.
Mullet and half.
I know.
Tell the Reverend I'm going. Come on, let's go get them.
Come here, let's go get him. He did not suit that guy at all.
It sounds like a gay frog, bro.
What is it?
Come here! Come here, let's go get him. That guy should have been in more. Look at it. He should have been in way
I
more.
think he's coming in now. I think again. Look at this guy. Let me guess. Open the door and there's zombies in there.
There we go.
Mad voice, like.
Who's the guy who does a quick John Barrowman scene out of nowhere? He freaks out. He's like, oh, no, there was a
in
quick.
the car, and he's like,
that was a
funny one, what he says now.
But that was funny. We use a term like, oh, you John Barrowman. He was all calming out of nowhere. He's like, like, you know, there's a shark in the water. It was like,
We'll probably kill him before that cult. Shut up, Molson!
John Barrowman, bro.
There's a shark in the water.
We'll go there at
There's
dawn.
a shark in the water.
Literally John Barrowman, bro. That's a new saying in term now, bro. When someone freaks out just out of the blue, they jump. It was a Barrowman moment in this film. But then, really, there's like a lot of action going on here. And again, there's like that cult thing going on, so there's going to be parts that miss him, but it was quite action-packed. And then it gets to the end, which is like when they just go to the church, which is filmed in a school, clearly. And they're like, we gotta go save Raimi and fucking take out this guy's mental and that. So they go into a church or whatever, and there's a one point where we think the one guy got attacked by a zombie and it's turned out they're humans. They were just the church cultist member when he leaves a doctor guy. And he's like, no, I'll be fine, leave me. And he's like standing watching them all there. And we think, these zombies on top of him, so he ain't getting away. And he's like, oh, I'm fine, I'll leave you to it, fucks off. And then we find out they're not zombies. Did you see him just carry on running?
You lost another man.
I'll meet you outside.
You ain't getting nowhere.
So then he ends up fucking off. And then, they go around like the school. Mercer then is tied up, isn't he? Like on a board because the main cult guy has got him. And then you got the other, like the son guy that was getting fed earlier. And then basically they come into the fucking school hall where they all are. And then basically, like they kind of say, oh, fucking some shit. The one guy casually walks over to Mercer, no one stops him, and he's like, I'm going to take you out. No. Then that's when the main cult guy fucking just shoots the fucking other lab guy who's trying to get Mercer off. And that's when Mercer's like, oh, I just want to get the doctor I doctored.
So beat. Do not touch him!
What's going on?
The serum is working.
Oh my.
The serum's working? The serum's not working. That guy's melting.
Thank you for removing that.
Hold on. What?
Mercer?
What?
Ah! Oof!
Do not touch him!
Raimi, I think they're getting restless.
They're like, oh fuck it, let's just get out, yeah. And he goes, come with us, and he goes, no, I'm a zombie now. That's the one where he's so like,
He
no,
sounds
that's
like an
the-
angsty
he just
emo
says,
teen
yeah,
about
just
to
says,
write his first song. No,
No.
I'm a zombie.
I know where my brother's better now, like, that's it, mate. I ain't a cop no more.
So like there
And,
was like shit going on. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
so, and it's just like, I think that was quite close to the end. There was
That's
also
the end
getting like a
scene.
lot of sort of carnage and stuff, a lot of mad bits going around with it, a lot of fighting and shooting
Yeah.
and killing zombies. But it got to the point where I think that Raimi guy then gets what happens. He walks in somewhere and someone gets in, doesn't he? Oh, the car. He walks to the car, and it's like he had loads of time to get in the car, probably, and it's just he lets someone come
There's
behind
loads of
him.
scenes where they got loads of time to
She's like, "Come on, waiting in the car for him," like, and he comes out the door, doesn't he?
Yeah.
As he runs out the front door, he runs into it. It's like, "Oh, sorry, mate." Sorry, mate. Man didn't see me, did he?
The one and only zombie waiting for him. Yes! He's getting his neck clipped because he just waited. Yes! There's that other scene as well where the fucking protesters are outside and the zombies are there.
Yeah.
But he's like, like at this stage, you're like, all like the fucking zombie squad now. We're like, right, we're just gonna go out and fucking take everyone out and on fucking like execution, evacuation. We'll get the fuck everyone out of it. But they run into all these protesters. It's like, wait there's zombies here as well. And then so there's fight protesters with zombies, and the coppers just run in and get killed. Just run into the middle of all these zombies and protesters and get eaten. You're like, what?
Here comes the Ghostbusters.
There you go, just fucking straight in with force, like. Oh, they're zombies. So, did they just run into the middle of a group of zombies?
Attacking the protesters.
What? Like, why would you do that? That's like suicide. Stay at a distance and just smack them up.
Yeah, like attacked them over.
They literally just ran into the middle of them to die. Do you think the virus is that everyone's suicidal and they just... That's the impression I'm getting, like. People like literally going out of their way to die.
So, and then what happens then? It's close to the end then, because once what Raimi cop gets bitten, and it gets to the point where they give him the serum.
Well, no, prior to that, mate, when fucking Mercer gets out, he can control the zombies, and he wants to go after the main lab guy, didn't he? The guy who had the fucking hat with shit on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, best death scene probably with him, because there's a few little moments of gory scenes, but with him, he fucking runs in that one room, he's on the phone, trying to say to the guy, don't inject anyone if they're still alive.
Mm.
And then, as they're coming in, he locks himself in a cage.
He locks himself in the cage.
In a wooden cage, which you can literally just squeeze through, but all these zombies are
even cuts the one bar off, and it's a big massive. He's like, mate, you can get through there now out the window, and it's like,
yeah, but he ends up trying to cut the second one, falls back,
and
then they do all of, and then that's where the budget was there, most of it, because like they do like. If you've seen Day of the Dead, that famous scene where someone gets gutted and like his face, they do all to him, bro. It starts off, his cheeks again ripped off. Then, like, while he's like, screaming, the guy...
Mercy, you ass.
Mercy, Mercy rips his tongue out.
He said he was going to do.
Then he gets then they get his leg and start twisting his leg around. Then they rip his guts out. He has it all. The only thing they didn't do is rip his head off at the end. But then Mercer drops his fucking tongue with him while he's just... You could just squeeze out there. You don't need to cut another one. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. It's
you're not fat.
Yeah, oh my god, you fucking... There was loads of room, like.
Go on, get him guts. His face, bro.
Like, look at that. Mercer, you asshole.
He's ripping out his tongue as well, isn't he?
He said he was gonna.
Oh, look how snapping his legs snap! That's hilarious. This is a wicked death scene. Look at this! Go on, have a munch, son. And now the guts are coming out as well. He's getting the full works, this guy.
And I'm still alive with
this is awesome. That was awesome. His cheeks were ripped off and everything. That was so cool. Again,
he's eating there, and he speaks.
Oh yeah, he eats it later. So then he goes out and then gives a fucking douse it.
They're in the car, like they're smiling.
That's when Raimi then gets bitten outside, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's just after he gets bitten. So they're just sitting in the car. Then he's in the time, and then that's when it cuts to Raimi getting the.
So she took
Raimi
him back,
waking up,
and Raimi, same thing happened with this guy to the other guy, where they give him the injection. He wakes up and he's like, "Oh, you give me that injection, you can't do nothing right," kind of things. He's like a constant zombie.
Oh, Savini, because he's like...
Yeah, the other guy's called Savini as well, and then just rips his throat out, doesn't he?
He's like on the phone to him, he's like, listen, Savini,
Yeah.
when earlier on the
Make
doctor
sure that the
was like,
person's not alive when you give
Yeah,
it to him, but it cuts
yeah.
off, doesn't it? Because the zombie walks on the line before he can say to him, the most important thing is do not give it to a live person. But then, like, that's when he turn around to the one guy and go, you can't do fucking anything.
happens to be Savini at
So
the
he
end,
ripped
like,
his throat
yeah.
out anyway, doesn't he? Like, it's pissed off. And then the other woman's screaming, the other woman's like, and
And
the
another
zombie just turned up, and then that's it. You're like, what? Oh no, that's not it then.
And no, he looks like that. And then Raimi, the zombie Raimi, the random zombie comes in, and Raimi zombie just goes.
Why don't he inject himself and become like Mercer, and they can just like go around?
That's gonna be in it. That's it, isn't it? Oh, he gave him some.
Well, did Molson's serum work on you?
Oh, God. You gave him Molson's serum?
Savini, you get it!
What? Who is that zombie?
And he's like,
Well,
who are you?
they're all going to be zombies. They're actually going to be zombie squads because they're all zombies now. They're real life zombie. Oh, human squad.
It's just humans.
Because they become
They
zombies.
taking over, yeah.
Yeah.
They taking over, like.
Yeah.
Looks over, and then it cuts to then where they've completely taken over, and it's no longer zombie squad. They're
Crossed
human
out.
squad.
It says
Yeah,
human
they're now
squad.
human
And then
squad.
it ends with them just conscious zombies with the zombies obviously going to go and fight fucking humans like. So interesting ending, you know, that
Ridiculous.
has to be. But you know, overall it was some decent gore. It was a very low budget film, so I was surprised with the amount of gore, and I do know how much action was in this film. It was pretty non-stop. There was only a few little moments of like non-action, and that was necessary for the dialogue. But yeah, I suppose get in it. Give your final thoughts overall, and what you think of it, or do you want me to go first? Sister?
Go on, you go first. What are you
So,
thinking?
what I was saying, obviously very low budget film, take that into account. 89 it came out. I'll say for what it was for the budget, I think they've done really well. It was quite consistent with the action. So for what it was, I'll just cut to the chase. I was fairly impressed by it. I think it deserves a spud, this one. Quality film-wise, I wouldn't say it's like, you know, the best zombie film I've seen by far. Nowhere near. But for the limitations they had, I liked the ending. I liked the little idea. They brought like a cult into it. They had a lot going on for a zombie film. There was more to it than your regular zombie film. And for the low budget, the effects were good and they were spread out. So yeah, I think I enjoyed watching it. And to be honest, this is one I'm going to keep in my collection. I'm not going to delete this just for maybe down the line when I want to have a zombie fucking fix again. But yeah, I'm going to say this one deserved the spud, I think, personally. What were you saying?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of funny bits in it.
Loads of terrible acting.
They-
I need to mention as well. Like,
That was-
so good.
That's part of why it probably would get, you know, that for me. So, you know, but it the acting was really funny. There was a few painful bits, and by far, obviously, through, you know, the ordeal of watching so many bad movies doing DUD or SPUD, it's definitely not up there with the worst movies at
Not
all.
even close, is it?
You know, there was a few painful bits through it. I got made for an hour and 19-minute movie with the credits, that is. It felt quite long.
It felt longer than that, didn't it?
I did think, when's this going to end at some
Yeah.
point? And even though it was an abrupt, weird ending, but I think there was a lot of funny bits. I thought they done well, like, you know, with their graphic. The one bit actually to say, just the bit, what was the grenades, and they threw that, and the explosion out of the window, that was terrible.
Grenade in his zombie's mouth and threw him out,
Yeah.
and then the explosion, it kind of just goes
Yeah.
like blood splatter on the lens. Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, overall, obviously another terrible movie, but actually, you know, but a good terrible movie and not a bad zombie movie. Obviously, they ripped off a lot of things. You know, like Jason and
Oh yeah, the characters'
yeah,
names.
characters' names, Carpenter. John
Yeah,
Wick.
the character called
Yeah.
John Carpenter, loads of like that was all
Ridiculous.
homage. But no, there was some scenes where they clearly ripped off
But-
like Day of the Dead and that. Yeah,
For me, it's scraping the spud.
Yeah.
It's gonna scrape it.
just
though.
scraping. That's fair. I think
Definitely
that's
one.
fair.
It wasn't an easy one. It was definitely scraping it.
Yeah.
For sure, like, so overall, I'm trying to think of anything we might have missed out. But anyone annoy you with this time?
Rickard's at first a fucking idiot who was like, oh, and overacting with it, and then he puts his hand in, but then he gets his fucking fingers cut off and then left to die early on in the film. But the rest of it, like, you know, the acting was pretty terrible, but he was my most annoying character. But luckily, he gets killed off pretty early in the film. That Rickards guy, he was the only one I was really like, oh, please don't tell me you got to deal with this idiot. The rest of them, I just dealt with. But the thing is, they were getting killed off pretty fucking consistently on. So it was like, by the time you get to know that character, he's dead. Oh, that character's dead. It was only that guy and the main girl, really, out of the whole squad, who were consistently throughout. Everyone else gets fucked, really. Mercer is a super zombie, I guess, but yeah, the one guy wanted to fucking die, really died pretty early. What about you? What was your...
Yeah, I don't think anyone really annoyed me. I thought they were all either just standard or just quite funny characters in it, to be honest. Like, so...
Can we mention one thing? You know the main bad guy, the cult leader? Glorious. There's a scene...
maybe the priest, the barber, but he was funny though.
I was going to say, right, there's a scene when he's like speaking to them all before they do the invasion, he is hamming it up, right? You can see he's really giving it a good go, so fair play to him. And at that moment, a point was actually like, yo, this ain't actually bad acting. This is probably the best acting of it all, because a lot of it's overdubbed, which, you know, naturally fucks it up. But that one scene, fair play to the guy. It felt like he was on the stage doing the stage play. It was like actually quite good, that was. So I'll give him like an extra bonus point for his little acting in that one scene.
But no.
It is our day to judge, brothers and sisters.
This guy's hamming it up, man, and he respect to him, he's going for it. But yeah, I think besides that, mate has said usual thing, I'll put it in the edit, but there's plenty of little gory scenes, which, I know there was one scene, I can't remember what it was, me and you were both like, ah! I think it was when the guy's head blows up and he's doing that with the hands, me and you literally at the exact same time.
Yeah, that was very bad, like...
There was another moment when me and you literally said the exact same thing, like, well that's it, when they're doing a raid, and they're throwing grenades left, right, and centre, me and you at the exact same time.
The endless grenades.
We literally go,
yes.
Many fucking grenades at the exact same time, you synchronise, bro.
The
guy's
grenades,
just chucking grenades.
I think that's close to the end,
right at the end. Just all you and his bang, and it's like, that's like the 12th bang, and he just he's endless grenades. He's got like infinite amount of grenades.
But they waste so much of them, though.
Yeah, like you hear them off screen more than you see any of it.
Zombies.
How many grenades? How many? Fucking hell. So I'll leave it to that then, because anything I'll put on the end of the edits. But yeah, I've been Maniacal Mac.
I'm Hibbs.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll be with you again with another episode soon. Peace.
I love how they can't destroy fast.
Did the zombie literally just go, yeah?
There he is. It's like taking him to jail.
Fucking hell, it's like, there's this game I played, Nocturne, and it's like Doc Holliday, go like all the enemies in cages. Like, I wonder if this fucking inspired from that. Like,
I love it's like a zombie apocalypse, whatever, and they're still celebrating zombie, and they're still getting on with it, like, you know.
Good for them, bro. Good for them. Because, like, zombies should be an inconvenience, but these fucking idiots, they throw grenades at single zombies and then put their hand in zombies' mouths. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Watch him opening a zombie right there. Yeah. She just hit him in the head with a cardboard box. That was wild, though.
Little weasel. I'm coming for you, weasel.
Vincent would have wanted it this way, what, just to be fucking eaten up?
Some food parcel.
I know. Hey, so at least the zombies have learned how to unwrap shit, isn't it? We're not as dumb as we think. Take his guts out. Let's get a gut scene, please. Oh god, hold it! Oh my god!
Oh my god, he fucked right up straight away.
Good effects, but I can't believe he fucked up so.
So every time they do this, someone's bound to lose a life, like, you know.
Especially the way they're doing it. What?
What the hell? It's a brain,
They
isn't
were
it?
still alive, bro. His head
The
was
zombie
split
brain,
open.
mate, yeah.
It's you, with Dr. Bow.
No.
Like, she's like 20 in that
lying.
picture.
No,
How
I'm
can she
not.
not remember that?
Jones kidnapped you and he and his cult murdered your father.
No. Reverend
It's only meant to be
Jones
like
is
a
my
couple of years
father.
later.
Soldier.
Again, like, same scene.
Just having a nice little feast there, isn't it? Like.
It's just casual dinner time.
What is that? Look at that! Look at that! Oh, that was awesome.
That looked like the same one when the head was off earlier, and now the head's back on it.
I think it was the same mask, but
It must have been.
Yeah.
There's still one on the bonnet as well.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just
Then somehow ran over his head. Okay. Bit of gore, we'll take that.
let's gotta finish that one, surely.
Well, he's got to be gone, isn't he? Although early in the film, the one guy had his head like completely blotched off. Just doing that, waiting for ages.
Yeah. Point the gun at yourself.
I know, innit?
And again.
Oh!
Powers, what are you doing in here?
What are you doing in here?
What? She was willing to just kill him. What?
Oh, God.
What is it, Carpenter?
They shot some people. What? Heal my.
Fuck, that's a line you just need to see this. That's the missing footage.
What?
Why is this happening?
I have no idea.
Debbie, that's fine.
But yeah, we have learned that they're fucking idiots with grenades, innit? Oh.
Ah!
Oh. Wow.
No, Father. In your office, I found Powers.
Why is
She's dead.
Why is he dripping cum out of his mouth?
I know.
Why is
Foam in his ear.
That's not foam.
I killed her just like I killed Dr. Bo.
Why?
Killed her father.
Why is that coming out of his mouth?
They give him a bit of smack for this scene.
I
though.
think they did, bro. I
My children.
think he smacked out.
We're just gonna OD you slightly. Just like, we're not gonna like kill you, just OD you slightly just for this scene.
Yes, 8 grams.
8 grams of what, son? What the fuck is he ordering in a rush, like? Ah, you go, finally got a gut spill, bro. Every zombie film needs this.
Maniacal Mac.